Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Growing Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is Sunday, December 26th of 2021. It's 37 degrees Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius. It's about 10 after 9. We're going to do a half-off poinsettia. I found them at Home Depot. We're going to use the SuperFly Bonsai floor soil mix. And I got the contents from what's in the bag. It's supposed to contain akadama, lava, pumice, haydite, pine bark, and other ingredients that were swept on the floor. Probably too much to mention, but I'm going to try it out. Let's give it a try. And from Joseph, even though it's $30, Joseph reminded me, yes, there is shipping charges. And the shipping charges come out to $47 for the bag, but hey, what the heck, I give it a shot. Now, if you buy, there's a lot of gardening centers that sell bonsai soils, but you can if you want to mix your own, that's better because you save money. But if you only got 1 or 2 trees, you can invest in a bag of bonsai soil. What the heck, why not? They're out there and they got some good stuff. The Bonsai Supply got good stuff, and the SuperFly Bonsai got good stuff. So all I'm gonna do, I found the poinsettias at Home Depot because all the stores were out of them. I think for half price, they were getting rid of them. So all I did was get dishes from Target that were 4 for $2 or 3 for $2. I forget the price. So I got screen in the bottom. I just drilled the holes in them. So if you can't get a fancy bonsai pot, just get these dishes. What the heck? Now, here's what the poinsettias come in. They're ragtag and raggedy. But I think it's sold for $5.98, so that's $3. And all I think you're paying for is this Christmas container, because all these are cuttings that were stuck. And here's the other one. Let me get that out. Let me throw it in there, because right now that's what's holding it up. Here's another cutting. Here's a nice thick trunk on it, and here's the other container. So the first thing we're going to do is to get a lot of this heavy foliage off. And that means cutting the red flowers off. You can see some of these are ragtag and worn, but I'm just going to get these big ones off. Now, if you have sensitivity to the sap on these poinsettias, wear gloves. So right now, I'm not doing it in front of you. I have to do it in front of you. All we're doing is taking it off right about here. Let's see if I can get it in there. Well, we're going to the tip of the leaf right there, and just cut it. Just cut it. You can see all the sap flowing out. Getting all these big ones off, and yes, Zin, I'm going to sweep the floor and vacuum it. Zin always asks, who's sweeping the floor? It's me, Zin. So, look at this. And this way here, it won't be so top heavy once we put it in. And maybe we'll cut the branch. I don't know, we'll see, but we're going to have to take this and really to shake some of the soil off the roots. Okay, so now we're going to do the same man, I can't talk today. The same thing today with this one. Gotta have my cup of tea after this. There we go, just like that. And don't be afraid to cut them, they're heavy. And you're saying you're losing all the flower. Well, you still got some left. I mean the color, because these are just the bracts. These are the leaves. The flower is really here, where you can see it bloomed already. So that's all we're doing, is we're cutting this, cutting it. Get these big ones off. There we go. So this is almost like a double trunk. Maybe not. Maybe there's 2 in 1. I have no idea until we take it apart. So let's go for the single one right now. And as you can see, I'm going to take this. Okay, let me get situated because I'm not good at camera work here. Let's go down to the bottom here so you can see the tray. And I'll do this left-handed, even though I'm right-handed. Well, maybe not. And we'll just try to get some of the soil off. But what I think I'll do is I'll take it in here and jiggle it and see what we can loosen up. Maybe it'll help loosen it up a little bit to get some of these roots off, because you can see the roots are all tangled. So let's go for it. Just using the chopstick. Okay, can I go like that? Nope, I'm gonna have to go like this and just work the roots. We want to get them untangled here. Yeah, okay, if I'm looking at the camera too much, I just want to make sure you can see what I'm doing here. And this is pretty well mashed up. Let me see if I can get my root rake here. And let's see if I can go on this side. So maybe you'll get a better view. Let's see. I should have moved the old rocking chair out of the way. There we go. And we're just gonna get most of the soil out of the roots here. Get the best we can out of the roots. Go gentle on them. Now I know when you cut it, it's gonna leak a lot of sap. If we cut the trunk, I like to cut them in the spring. Or in the spring or summer, because the sun seems to dry it up, and any bacteria that's on there dies off, and then they don't rot all the way back down. But we're going to try something different today. I got the lipstick because I think we can cut it back. Maybe it's about here, but we'll see. We'll see how it sits in our little dish. And don't be afraid, shop. If you can't afford a bonsai pot, don't worry about it. And if you can't afford bonsai soil, if you can get a small bag of vermiculite and perlite, then just use that. Or use perlite and regular potting soil. Just mix it 50-50. Because I understand people don't have all that money to spend on things, and they want to try to do a bonsai tree, so why not? Just do what you can afford. There we go. So that's our root system. Just like that. Okay. Get some of that off. Now, what I'm doing is I'm just taking it in the water. Okay, let me come on this side now. So hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now, I'll take and get most of this old soil off so we can get the pot there. There we go. Okay, here's dish number 1. Now, for it to sit in there, it's going to be really, really high. Really high. So, the only thing I can do is I'm going to have to cut it back. Now, if this is going to be a twin trunk, I'm going to have to let this one be just a little bit higher. So we're going to cut. First, I got to really sterilize my scissors in peroxide. Just like that. And there's no bubbling on the scissors, so you know anything that was on there's off of there. And then we're going to take it. Okay, I think I got to go on this side so you can see. We're going to take it right about here. Now there's that, but there's a node right there. So we're going to cut it at a 45, just like that. And you can see it's all wet and gummy. So now I'm going to take my shears and dip them in the peroxide again, because we want these sterile, because for some reason they just die back. I don't know why Nigel Saunders has better luck than I do, but I got Midnight Blue, and I don't know if I got enough lipstick in there to do it. Nope. No Midnight Blue today. So let's see what else we got. Now the reason why I'm putting the lipstick on, I got Cinnamon Toast, is to seal up that hole. Aha, Cinnamon Toast is even dead looking. So we're just going to dip it right in there. And it looks like, aha, I found a good lipstick. Because these are all used out, I have to throw them out. There we go. Well, thank God for my sister and my niece. They get me the good lipstick. I look like a goof going in the store asking for lipstick. There we go. So now I'm just going to take, this one is peach. So I'm going to take the peach lipstick and really get it into the hole there, because I'm trying to prevent the dieback and any germs getting in there. I'm just going to really push it in. Now, a lot of you ask, well, how long does lipstick last on my plants? Well, I still got lipstick on my roses from last winter, and that was a tough winter. So, it lasts. I mean, just like anything else, it'll wear off eventually, but it seals up the roots good. So see, I got that hole covered. I don't know if you can see it. The hole covered pretty good. And then I'm just going to take the end of my chopstick and just push it into the hole. Get some more lipstick off. And just push it in. And hopefully this will prevent dieback, because for some reason they just rot all the way back. So you got to take precautions, peroxide and everything else. So let's see what happens. At least we tried. Okay, now we're going to have to dance around the other end here, so I can get the soil out, and let's get the roots in. Now we got, if you can see, there's just one root coming up. So let me dip it again and just clip it. And just clip these just a little bit. I want to leave a lot of that root system on. Okay, so we got our scissors sterilized. Let's get my cup. Get our soil. Remember, that's our soil from the floor mix. I'm just going to hold the screen down, and we're just going to try it. There. Now, before anything else, I have to remember, here it is, my azus. I have to put it on the root system here, just like that. If you can see it, I got that on there. Then I'm going to take my azus, which is darker, put that in like that. And the azus, the micus, I'm just going to add a little bit into the bottom here, and onto the bottom of the roots. There we go, just like that. Okay, let's get this out of your way. Now we'll take and add our mix. We got it pretty well into the pot, centered. The roots are out as much as they can go. So we're going to see what we're going to get out of this. And let me get the old pot off the floor. And I'm going to put it in here into the dish there. And then I'm going to take some of the mix, put it inside like that. And will this little cutting grow? I have no idea. But first, in order for it to grow, I'm just going to take all this off. Just like that. Take everything off. Take all the buds off, all the flower buds. Because the bracts are just the leaves. The flowers are contained in there. And all I'm going to do is stick it in all the way, let it callus over for a day, and then I'll water it. So put that on the side. I don't know if it's going to root, but we'll see. Okay, now we'll take our skewer and just get it into the root system real good, the best we can. And then we'll get some more of our mix and just push it in. You gotta make sure you push it into the roots, because if you don't push it in and you get all those air pockets in there, then the roots will die off. They'll just dry up on you. So remember, push, push, push. Fire it in. Fire that skewer into the mix. Fire it in. Don't be afraid to fire it in there. Get it all into the root systems. Fire it in. There we go. Now, take the surface tension out. Get Mr. Elephant here. Give it a good watering. There we go. For now, until we get the next one potted. So, I'm going to put this in here for now. Now remember, if you can, try and do your potting early in the morning or in the evening, because then you get the stress out of the plant, because it's not in the sun and it's not in the bright sunlight like in the spring and summertime, so it can recuperate. And that's why you're going to use your Micus and Jesus. Okay, let's put this on the side. And in the evening, it gets a chance to sleep all the way through. Okay, so now here's this one. You can see how congested it is, and this is in the store, so you can see how it's really, really dehydrated. Just like that. Okay, so I feel like I'm cutting it and dancing in front of everybody. So let me move over to here. If you can see it, we can take our root rake and see what we got here. Just go gentle. This is so tightly into the pot that this was just sold as a cutting. They just rooted them and brought them into bloom by doing the light. It's got to be like 12 to 16 hours of complete darkness, and then the rest light. And by doing that, you'll force them into the bracts to turn color. There we go. Take some of this off the bottom here. And that's where the cutting is, right there. Now, I'm going to get on this side now. I feel like we're on The King and I with Yul Brynner, and I forgot the actress's name. Shall We Dance? Okay, let's cut some of these bigger ones off so we can see what we got. Cut the flower buds off. And you can really see the sap coming out of this. You get more peroxide on there. There we go. Get a lot of these buds off. Well, there we go, just like that. So, there's our root ball. I don't think I can get more off. Let me work it into there. That's better. It's getting it off. If you can see it. Just like that. And this one has a nice tap, nice little root on there. So it's curly cueing around to here. That's a nice tap root this thing took off on. So I'm going to have to clip it, snip it. Okay, let's take this out of the way. Now this one we won't cut, we'll just leave it and see what develops, because this and this are all fused together. So I'm not going to try to cut any more off. So we got our pot here. Now let's see how deep it goes into the pot. Oh, that one's pretty good. Put the right amount of soil in there. So now we got to get our azus and dab these roots real good, especially where we got the cut end. We get it right all over there. Just like that. There's a cut end right in there. Just fire it in there. There we go. We got the bottom flattened down real nice. And Tom, you got to buy your mikus. I know I can't buy it now until after the holidays. But I'm just going to use up the rest of what I got all in there. There we go. I like to do them both. It's just my way of doing it, but they both work the same. If you ain't got one, you got the other. So okay, we got that. We're going to put just a teeny bit of a mound there so we get any air pockets in the middle out. And then we're going to just put in our mix. Just like that. There we go. Now remember, don't be afraid. Fire it in. Let me get on this side so you can see. There we go. Just fire in that bamboo skewer. Fire it into the root system. Fire it in. Push it in. You got to push it in into the root system. Remember, you got to push it in. Fire it in there. Just fire it in. Fire it in. There you go. Fire that chopstick or bamboo skewer right into the root system, because you got to get all those air pockets out. Just push it in. Push, push, push. Fire it in. Just fire it in. There you go. Just like that. Now, we're going to give it a little spritz, and we might have to add more soil to the top of it. So, there we go. See what your, now let's get this root out of here. Coming straight up. Always with poinsettias, get your shears really sterilized, because for some reason, if I cut them without sterilizing, they just turn black and go all the way down. Why? I have no idea, but it does it. Okay, so we get more of this soil in there. That's a pretty big bag I got. I think it's 3 1/4 pounds or something like that. I mean, gallons. The weight has got to be a lot. But it was FedEx for, I think, $17. 2-day delivery, so that wasn't bad. Okay, so now I'm going to take the surface tension out. And remember, we don't have to put no lipstick on it because we didn't do no cutting. There we go, just like that. I know it looks pukey on the top, but we'll cut that later. We're a little high, but we'll push that down. You can see how it drained out real fast. There we go, just like that. Just push it in, push it in, push it in. And always use your skewer and fire into the root system. There, push, and real nice. There we go. So here's our other one. And see, with a cheap pot, you got a nice little bonsai tree in a pot, just starting out of a poinsettia, or half price if you can get them. There we go. Here's the other one. And we got the lipstick on there. The peach. There we go. And now I got some feather rock, which is real light. Let's see, I can put a piece there. And on this one, just something here just to give it some good looks. I got another feather rock there. Another one here. Let's see what else we got. No, that's it. That's good. So there you go. Here's the first one we did. And here's the second one we did. Now the camera's running low. I didn't think I went this far. Good Lord, it's lasting, so I don't know if it's going to cut out. So today's Sunday night. Turn on get yourself a nice hot pot of tea going. Cup of hot tea. That's what I'm going to do right after this. Put on some good old-fashioned Lawrence Walk shows. They got a lot of holiday shows still left. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. And remember, it's family night. Get the kids, Grandma and Grandpa, get the grandkids because I know they're off of school. And just enjoy a good family night, Sunday night with the kids and the family. And listen when music was music. So take care, everybody, and thank you for coming to this little half-price bonsai show. Take care, everybody.